Hey guys, this is Snoddersmannen and I'm the author of the game Guild Emulator and of the Snoddersmannen. And today I'm going to be bringing you a video which was requested by the community because it seems that I've just received my 666th subscriber and they requested me to do a special video for this. So I don't know much about this stuff, but I always listen to the fans and always give them what they want, no matter what features they request. So I'm gonna set up a special galaxy in a deathmatch setting and see what happens. So this is basically creating a galaxy in a pentagram shape, which is starring a bunch of people who are currently active on the server. And let's see if we can draw the stars, maybe the star lanes as well, just to see what's going on here. And hopefully we should be able to see some interesting things happening here. And I don't know, maybe I will give you some sneak peeks of some of the things which I've been working on this past few months, let's say. There's my empire. It's not as many. It's nice and pink, and it's expanding in the, let's say, western central part of the pentagon. This is actually a pretty interesting shape because you have some bottleneck type shapes. Maybe I'll keep this for the final game even though probably it's a little bit controversial. It seems like Crash has taken an early lead with, Jan. Jan is the big hero who has actually created the Discord server for me back in the day. He's now relinquished control of it back to me, but he's the OG in terms of Discord. If it were not for him, then we probably would not have a Discord server at all. And we have Nucrium, who was a nice, awesome YouTuber, streamer. He probably has a little bit more than 666 subscribers. So he did have, I'm sure, 666 subscribers at one point. Now there's probably more. He seems to have turned to a type of degenerating state right now. Whereas Crash 77 is all will be ashes, I believe. Where is he, by the way? That's the guy, right? So he seems to be taking himself out of the equation. That's fine. Leaving more space for Jan, who rightfully deserves his place in the annals. Oh wait, did I disable the... Yeah. So the maximum empires is set to 0. That's a nice trick if you don't want any other empires except the ones which you set up. Crash 77 is continuing to wreak havoc here with Little Dog. He was an old-time supporter of the game. Made lots of cool stories. I haven't seen him for a while. And some guy, of course, let's say, yet another one of the original staffers. He's been around since the forum days, currently fighting off some type of manic invasion by the All Will Be Ashes crew of Crash 77. He's not likely to win the game, but he's certainly determined to leave a mark on it. Pal Stahl is there as well. Poncho, true to style, he is not making a lot of noise. He seems to be content, sitting, hanging back next to some guy. Probably not saying that much, let's be honest. Here we have Lism, who's been around for a long time as well. He's established himself nicely in the western part of the galaxy. El Papa, unfortunately, seems to be uncomfortably squeezed between Jan and Lism. That's fine, this happens sometimes. And El Papa is another one of the staffers who's doing an awesome job to keep the community and the game alive. Let's be grateful to him. Here's just the username. I'm not sure if I've seen him around in a while. He's also one of the very original guys. There are some people who are missing. Here's Istrect, our master modder extraordinaire. And if you see some weird looking sprites here, he made awesome sprites for me. Somehow I think I've failed in setting them up properly in the game. But I'm sure we'll see a lot more from him in the time in the future. But maybe not in this game. Why are they at peace? I don't think we should be allowing this. We should not be allowing alliances either. But that doesn't seem to cancel existing peace treaties, so I think let's enable sandbox mode. Let's make sure Extract is not getting too comfortable here. And Soki is another one of the long-time users. Again, very active on the servers as well. So we can see, unfortunately, the Snoddersmannen realm has been somewhat compromised now. Squeezed in, it's kind of awkward X shape between Enzoki, Jan, Nokrium, and Lism. And actually, it seems like Jan is now taking a comfortable lead, though Lism is also closing up to 300 stars. Very cool. So, I mean, I've been doing some stuff for the game. There have been other distractions, of course, but I've been doing some things. One of the fun things which I did was when the tax authority seemed to have approved my tax return for last year. Thanks, guys. I got recommendations for a bunch of silly stuff from the community. Let me just go through them. So there's one which gives every single person in the game plot armor, which is kind of crazy. I'm not sure exactly what will happen, but it means basically if people are in the game, they will stay there. More trade ships, we can probably enable this, though it will most likely result in the game going slower. So let's not do that for now. Religious turmoil randomizes the religions in every single star, so we can actually do that. So if we see here that the religions appear to be somewhat settling in, we can go to silly stuff and do religious turmoil, and we get whole chaos. I thought that was kind of fun. These are just suggestions which people had in the forums when I announced this. Political turmoil randomizes the stars, but we won't do that. Shattered Realm, I think, just creates tons of tiny empires. There's so many monsters, which creates a bunch of monsters. There's the artifact clearance sale, which I think just creates a bunch of artifacts somewhere. We can try that later. And there's the Revolution of the Working Class, which I think just... it actually makes all the poor stars turn neutral. Okay, I think we can speed this up. I think we won't get a lot of FPS because the recorder is slowing things down. Okay, we can sort of stick to 4x speed. Oh shit, Poncho has really went a bit out of character here and has decided to basically conquer the entire galaxy. He's up to 700 stars. Let's see if Jan can hold him back. Jan is actually higher tech level. Poncho is now degenerating, whereas Jan is just fortifying, so not really taking advantage of Poncho's temporary lapse. But maybe actually some guy will. We have a bunch of high-profile people still in the game. Estract is still somehow managing to stay on. Nice work, Estract, and Lism too. And even I'm still here. I think I'm being very generous to these guys because they're an active and very helpful part of the community. Who did that? So I want them to stay here. El Papa, though, well, as you can see, based on the fact that he's gone, not so sure about his performance. Let's see if we can speed this up even more. So if we go to 8x speed, yeah, we're still hanging around at about 50 FPS. That's pretty cool. So let's see what actually happens then if we do something like silly stuff. So many monsters. What happens? Aha, yeah, we get some meteor storms. We get a couple of Seepers of Sloth. There's an Thessalian Abomination, an Elder Thing. Oh, there's some Neverworms. I'm sorry, Jan, about this. And Poncho has decided, yeah, okay, Poncho is still degenerating, so he's not recapturing the stars. I don't see this a lot. These ships, they're swarmlings, and they follow around their Elder Thing mother, but they usually just die. But the problem is, of course, that Poncho doesn't have any ships because he's just degenerating. So for him, the monsters are wreaking havoc. And by the way, there's a setting here which is ship count multiplier, which is how many ships each empire has compared to the baseline. Let's put 8 instead. See if we get a bunch of ships. Maybe that will help clear out these. Oh, hello, hunters. What are you up to? Whoops. The hunters have just decided to chill for a while. Never mind. I'm sure they know what they're doing. The Neverworms, they tend to lay eggs and multiply rather quickly. As you can see, we have Jan now making huge empires, or sorry, huge fleets because of this 8x fleet multiplier. And it probably means that the game will slow down. He's sort of taken almost the whole circle around the star. It's not a good sign for the rest of us, I think. Although I'm still vainly holding on to part of it here. Nook, I think we'll have to see you go soon. Whereas Poncho, I think, is bouncing back. He's not fortifying, but Jan is now in a degenerating state. Maybe he will lose a couple of stars if we try to speed this up. No, we can't speed it up anymore. I think the monsters are causing too much havoc. And Jan is back. Let's see, what else did I add? Did I add any new features? I don't remember, actually. I think it's largely the same. But there will be more stuff. So one of the things I'm working on that I want to work on, a couple of things, but one of the main ones is to make sure that people not only have a single parent as they currently do, but that you actually have things like partnerships, marriages, basically, so that we can see, okay, Vystre Deriter is actually married to some other guy, and they have those children, basically. And they will inherit properties for both of them, and then a bunch of stuff to figure out related to this, but at least it means that we allow for a bunch of other stuff to happen in the game, such as alliances based on marriage, etc., etc. Who's making alliances, by the way? Okay, me and Jan apparently are friends. I think Sirens has been making a lot of good suggestions. He has. But I think it's time for him to surrender those territories to me. Thanks a lot, Sirens. Some guy, I don't know, some guy. Same here, I think. I mean, I know you're a great member of the community and all, but I think in this galaxy you've outstayed your welcome. I'm sorry. I also think this tech level 1 is not a realistic reflection of me. So I'm just going to go ahead and tweak the simulation a little bit here and increase the tech level to something more reasonable, like maybe 14. Oh, great, and I transcended. That means I won the game, actually. I forgot to disable it, but I'm very happy with this outcome. So, to sum it all up, through a completely logical extension of my own self, Snodasmannen won the game. Jan is coming into an honorable second place, after mostly because he was allied to me for the large part of the game. Poncho, I don't know, I mean, it's not surprising. This guy always seems to stay around. You never know when he's going to show up. He was able to survive most of the game. Nook, he's allied with Jan. He's a cool guy. Third place for him. Thanks, guys, and I hope you enjoyed the 666 subscriber special. Please continue to play and enjoy the game. Join us on Discord. Let me know if you want to be in these deathmatch videos. Congrats, Jan. I guess you get the moral victory here, to be honest. Poncho, thanks. No Crim. Hope to see you soon. Bye, guys.